Alright. And thus the best of 9 commences with the first game here on Pillars of Gold. The way the best of 9 works, the loser picks the map. The first map is chosen by the tournament host. In this case, it was Miguel, our French caster that is going around right now. Is also probably the biggest fan of CLEM that is around, and always fun to have him suddenly jump in. Oh wait, CLEM is going to play. Alright, you know what? Let me get in on that piece of action as well. It's always nice to see the, you know, the passion bubbling to the forefront in a person. Alright, well, anyway, in the top right side, we do have ourselves a blue Terran player. He is the Korean, of course. And let me see, actually, is he still in a team? I keep jumping around. He is in the good game gaming. Yeah, that's right. That's right. I knew that. Sorry. I feel like the team switching has been a bit rampant recently, but still. Anyway, the glorious, gutsy, grandiose, gigantuan gamer man himself, the blue Terran, Mr. Dream, coming up against the red Terran in the bottom left side, fighting for Team Liquid, Mr. CLEM. I did have... oh, well, I should just go for these types of things. Sometimes I start doubting, and, well, then I just have to look it up again before I say anything. Cramp up. Oh, well, what kind of openings do we have? A single gas for both of these players. Going for the quick expo. We do have Reapers now coming as well. Dream. Ooh. I think he slightly had the first hit there, but only very slightly. CLEM goes back on top of the ramp. Might be able to get a first shot off if he gets himself back to safety. Also with that Marine, of course. Quite nice. Thank God. I'm not making fun of him. I like to improvise with the letter G. Alright, I shall. Alright, third base here coming up for Dream. As we're waiting to see kind of if CLEM also wants to start taking a third base. We do have that tech lab right next to the starports. Could try to switch around, but sees, well, seeing the siege tank now already in the production, we may get something else. So yeah, Dream could be quite nicely set up here for a bit of a cheeky economy gain, right? But he will need to make sure that he doesn't take any damage. And that damage that could come in here quite nicely with the help of a siege tank and maybe a couple of Marines with the medevac dropping in. The Reaper's getting a very good scout here, though. Knows that there now is a siege tank and a well, not a medevac necessarily. Could be a Viking also, I suppose, but he knows there's a starport making things without an add-on there, so usually that's a sign of at least something trying to get to the back line of your main base. See how he will be able to defend against it. Already has a siege tank of his own almost ready. Thought this attack would get here a bit sooner, but now, I don't know, guys. It has me a bit worried, honestly, for CLEM. Seeing how this attack, it may be able to still get something done at the natural base, right? That is still fully exposed. CLEM needs to read the situation and find that opportunity if he does still want to punish Dream for skimping out on the units here slightly at the start. Single Hellion comes into the main base as well. Gets another good read on the situation. No SCVs go down though. So that's nice. Third base for CLEM is also now on the way, of course, with the added in production and muleage for Dream. Slight advantage for him. Oh, this could be nice. Little Viking out of position. Trying to find medevacs, no doubt. Did he already have a kill? He does have a kill, so that must be the medevac, right? It is. Look at that. Lovely. Double Raven coming in for CLEM, as we only have a single Raven here for Dream, as far as I'm aware, at least. Yeah, looks like the case. A lot more barracks here coming up now for him, as he already has all the minerals invested into that orbital and such. Flying over. Actually, yeah, CLEM also already flying over, but still needs to get himself that orbital constructed. I kind of like this, actually. In TVT, positioning becomes a big deal. Dream might find himself in a position soon where he could try to start pushing out and deny the third base for CLEM there. And if you already have that in a position, it's a lot harder to actually claim that space for your own. Since there's most likely already going to be siege tanks and marines around as well. Okay, Stimpak about to finish up for both these players. That's when we really will be able to see some more maneuverability from both of them. Right, that's when you get the opportunity to perhaps stim in, try to jump on some siege tanks as they're unsieged or something like this. Try to force the fight in the place where you want, but up until then, just kind of quite slow moving balls of siege tanks and marines. Just coming around with those two Ravens. We'll just be aiming for a bit of auto turret harassment. Be careful not to take too much damage on those Ravens, of course. They are still quite valuable. Yeah, might want to consider targeting down some of the Viking. Yeah, there we go. Let's get the forefront one. And 5 SCVs. Both Ravens get out. So, nice job there by CLEM. Finds himself now on the right flank. Taking out a sensor tower. Always good to just keep poking those down for your opponent, right? It's still a little bit of an investment. They're quite fragile buildings, and they cost quite a bit of gas overall. Now, you don't necessarily need all the gas in the world as the Terran player, but still, having to replenish those sensor towers continuously still can add up quite nicely. We have a attempted fight right now. There was a Raven very close for a couple of interference matrices, but it looks like Dream with his follow-up not that close by. Trying to find another angle of opportunity here. Does keep his Raven up as well, didn't he? Did he actually lose it? Wait, did I? No, it's still up west somewhere. How did he send it? Wait, what? Where's this one? Oh, there it is. It's back now. Alright, well, I'm going crazy. Was it all the was it there all this time? What's up, Freakstat? How you doing? That's a lovely emote you got there. Quite a jolly one. Looks nice. +2/+2 coming in pretty shortly here for Dream. Where are we with upgrades for CLEM? CLEM not yet even ready with an armory at the time. This could be a big deal for Dream. Could get him in the kind of driver position. As well, given the upgrades advantage, it's not really enough to be able to just push into your opposing opponent's siege tank line, but any fight where it's kind of unsure who is you know, neither of the players are really sieging up at the same time, or already sieged up, I'm sorry, and are sieging up at the same time. And it becomes a whole different game all of a sudden. Here we go, the +2/+2 not ready yet, but Dream commits a lot of Marines into this. Not entirely certain what the plan was there, but he loses a lot of stuff right now. The siege tanks for CLEM, I mean, some of them were interference matrix, but there were still some of them shooting away and more coming in the backside, so yeah, Dream taking a lot more damage a lot more quickly than he had anticipated. And he had waited for that +2/+2, that would have gone a lot better also, but oh well. So yeah, Dream a little bit of a mix-up right now, and taking the bad end of a fight. The units lost tab quite heavily in favor for CLEM at the moment, as well as the supply. Look at that, he's got 45 army supply above that of his opponent right now, almost doubling. No problem. Dream, I know the defender's advantage is pretty magnificent for the TVT matchup, but I mean, if your opponent just has twice as much, that could become too much for you to handle. It's getting a little bit closer now with the supply counts. Very important that they keep tabs on the opposing armor. Army here, armor. I guess so, the armor, the tanks, right? In a way. We want to be very liberal with the language. Fancy bit of Liberator harassment as the push on the front finds itself at a crossroads. We're at Heavy Field Junction. Not a lot of movement there. Look at this. He's again near double the supply still for army. The worker count is pretty darn similar, but is he just continuously trading more efficiently? Looking at the minerals lost, I might say, yeah, maybe. Alright, in comes CLEM, also attacking now before his +2/+2 upgrade is finished, but it looks like it will not matter. He just has the numbers. Dream assembling some sort of a defense here still, but it just is barely not enough. So many siege tanks though at the forefront as well for CLEM. GG is called. Dream holding on for a while there, but that was a rough battle for a couple of minutes. Not really having a lot to say about what was going on in that game anymore there in the final moments. Anyway, CLEM taking the first game quite convincingly. I thought in the first couple of moments when Dream kind of held off the most early aggression, right? It felt like maybe Dream will be able to set himself up here in a pretty okay spot, in a nice position overall in this game number one, but overall kind of overextended, lost a lot of army, and potentially also just couldn't keep up with the macro of CLEM. I'm not entirely certain to make that claim. I will want to look into it a little bit more, so you know, see a couple more games before I really start claiming something like that. But yeah. We'll have to see. It does seem like there might be a possibility, right? I mean, he was double the supply in army for a very long time, and to be fair, he was quite efficiently trading, but it wasn't that much efficiency that you would say, all right, well, this is now just for the rest of the game half the army supply. You know what I mean? It's just weird. It's just weird. All right, well, anyway, we're going to continue onwards. Let's see what Oxide has to bring for us. The map chosen by Dream here, of course, as the losing player getting to choose the map. We're also switching between Central and Western right now. That previous game was played on Central. This one will be played on Western. So Dream, he has a little bit of a better shot as well here, of course, due to the latency being a bit more favored in his direction. But you know what, it is slight, and as much as people like to say, I mean, latency issues, in the end, if you wind up with half of the army supply of your opponent. Latency is not going to matter anymore at that point. I've come here to chew bubble gum and watch StarCraft. That's nice. That's a good one. Came at the right place, at the right time. Because right here, we do have 2 players fighting right now. Already switching colors. Oh, that is funny. No, Miguel. Miguel asked if they could try to keep the colors the same, but first game out instantly already. Anyway, bottom left side, Red Terran player, the good gaming guy, glorious, grave digging man himself, Mr. Dream. Is the grave for himself, or is it for this other guy right here? He's also pretty good at gaming, but he's on Team Liquid, the blue Terran, CLEM. The grave digging. The grave digging goblin gamers. I'll never get it right. Luckily, Gengar doesn't seem to mind. Oh, CLEM going for the supply wall as well as Dream, actually. Both of them. They did switch colors on me, so I have to keep track of that, of course. Another barracks at the forefront, and CLEM gets himself that early on factory with the quick second gas. First Reaper comes on by. I like the positioning here for CLEM. Needs to be wary, of course, that SCV is going to tank the first shot if he's not too careful. Already has the second Reaper on the way, though. I feel like that... Oh, boy, that's already a second Reaper here for Dream. CLEM has to back up. Alright, finds himself on the ramp. Should be an alright fight for him, especially since he has not taken any damage here. And, yeah, I think that is... probably already enough here for CLEM, as his Hellion is about to come out as well. Gets the SCV, no problem. And that's a rough one for Dream here, of course. Has to find a way to kind of transition out of this. The double Reaper opening, I mean, it not doing damage isn't the worst case scenario overall in the world, right? It would be nice to get some damage, but overall... Oh, you know what? He's delaying the command center. Look at that. He's already getting some work done. Needs to be careful, though. I would like to see these Reapers kind of stick around for a little bit longer. Just to, you know, heal up again and prove themselves capable of holding back any potential Hellion run-bys later on. Because they are very likely to occur. And without any infrastructure on the second ramp... well, that second mineral line is going to be quite heavily exposed, of course. Will CLEM pick up on this? Let's see. Another push attempt for Dream. CLEM almost using his own grenade there to jump forwards onto the red units. And gets a pretty good surround here. Now, this is the moment where he will run across. He only has 2 Hellions left and a Reaper. But that is more than Dream has at home, right? Dream on a grand total of 1 army supply in his add-ons, so only now just finishing up. So, only now will be able to start the production of his first couple of units. SCVs at the natural, only being 2 of them, but... doesn't quite get the second one. Oh, and now he sends the other boys there. Alright, well, CLEM... maybe leaving that base a bit sooner than I would have liked to. Maybe he's afraid of a Cyclone or a Siege tank coming out of the factory and surprising him. Killing his units while he's not paying the utmost attention. Third base for Dream already produced here. starting to become an orbital right now. Is CLEM again a little bit behind on that third base. Does seem to be a consistent thing here occurring so far in these two games, at least. At least something to keep an eye out for, if that is going to be something consistent as well. Dream did open up with the Reaper, well, the double barracks this time also, so... How did he lose 2 SCVs right now? Not this Reaper, right? Maybe something... Oh, what was that? Something died here. Jeez. Okay, probably Hellions and Reapers. Alright. 2 SCVs go down. Auto turrets harassment. That's it. There we go. We figured it out. Maybe you guys already figured it out. I'm just catching up right now. 3 barracks. And as the third base for Dream is ready. Producing some happy SCVs. It's going to be fully saturated on both bases pretty soon. So we'll need to start grabbing himself that third base location to make full use of that third base. But here comes the pickles in the soup. Mr. CLEM already kind of moving himself in a position to deny that third base for a little bit of time. Dream has a pretty stable setup, but it's still rough to push out siege tanks, even if you have your own siege tanks. Yes, there's 1 Raven, but with the double Raven and 2 Vikings here for CLEM, can be quite difficult for Dream to get his Raven in a close enough position to the siege tanks to really do something here. 1 siege tank does fall. They do another interference matrix here. Dream being very careful. Does not want to be shot by the interference matrix as he's getting pummeled by the siege tanks. But, I mean, it does seem to be happening here. CLEM, meticulously, quite carefully, taking out siege tanks here one at a time. Already has 2 of them. There is the base mining here now, but of course without the SCVs actually being able to transfer over, there's a bit of oversaturation going on. CLEM happily mining with all his SCVs that he wants from his own third base. Here's the attempted breakthrough from Dream. It looks like it's barely gonna be enough, but not a lot will remain here for Red Terran. Still has a single Cyclone, a siege tank, a couple of Marines. Back at home for CLEM, we have a pretty much comparable army size as well. Feels a bit tougher here for CLEM, perhaps, because he still has the double Raven and a couple more siege tanks overall. It seems. Well, Vikings? Well, definitely Vikings. Anyway. Things kind of calming down here as CLEM did some pretty nice damage overall to his opponent. Managed to get a good spike in the income advantage. Got himself a fairly reasonable trade here as well. So he's okay with sitting back for a little while until the 4th base battles begin. Dream, on the other hand, feeling like he may need to still get something done himself here. Starting to move in quite rapidly. Nice interference matrix on CLEM's siege tank, and that does fully expose the 3rd base now. CLEM immediately lifting it up. 3 SCVs go down. It's going to be quite a journey towards that other 3rd base, where he is maybe trying to make this happen. Although he sees that there's an unsiegement from Dream here, so we'll just start trying to recontest this area immediately afterwards. Okay, yeah, Dream moves away from this location. Needs to watch out for his siege tanks. Oh, boy. It's rough, losing a Viking and a siege tank. A few Marines also. Not the way I would have wanted that to go if I were a Dream. There we are. trench warfare at its finest. Siege tanks range here still a little bit far apart. But apparently neither of these players really comfortable in trying to snipe away their opponent's siege tanks. Still a pretty reasonable amount of Vikings here around for both of them, and well, continuous scanning going on, making sure that the siege tanks aren't moving forwards. Little drop here for CLEM, finds the 4th base that is trying to be built, and the, well, his own 4th base that has already been built is, well, should be attacked by a bunch of Marines here momentarily. Dream kind of preoccupied, of course, with the defense at home as well as losing a lot of SCVs, as his 2nd base apparently is the target, not the 3rd. Natural base, a lot of SCVs go down, 20 in total, but the base lives. For CLEM, on the other hand, he loses 13 SCVs, 15. He's not done quite yet, but he may lose 2 orbitals. Well, command center and an orbital command. Losing even more SCVs right now. It's an absolute carnage as Dream is moving in on the right side of the field as well, taking on a lot of those SCVs, and GG is called very quickly. Suddenly, everything falling apart there for CLEM. The drop in the natural base quite nicely being cleaned up there by Dream. Sending in those reinforcements, and just enough reinforcements to make it work as well to boot. Quite nicely done indeed. For a moment I was afraid in that natural base of Dream, those Marines, they were just being sent in one at a time, and I thought that is not a good efficient way to clean that up, but apparently there just wasn't enough healing power for the medevacs, combined with enough Marines to really make a snowball happen there and just continuously trade super efficiently for CLEM, and perhaps get onto the production of the main base as well, right? Then suddenly that becomes a playable situation, perhaps by just holding your own main base and holding that 3rd base of yours, or that location. So yeah, CLEM there, bit of tough luck not being able to make that work. But you know what? Dream, very well played, very well executed. Coming in with quite a bit of aggression. Making it work. Making it work. It seemed a little bit tough at the start, of course. But, yeah, turning it around. Surprising, honestly. Like, Oh, hope that is not being picked up too much. My phone, especially when it's on a charger, it just is, I don't even know how to describe it. It's like it's trying to become a musical instrument, connecting to the satellites and whatnot, whatever they connect to. These mobile phones these days, towers, G5 towers, something like that. Whatever's going on. All right. CLEM and Dream, map number 3. We are seeing Dream talking about the ping. It is quite difficult to play. And CLEM agreeing with him. That is unfortunately part of the case. GG. It's very good for Dream though that he was able to claim that victory, because also the ping, of course, the ping issue, latency, is going back and forth. So if you do lose one of the maps on your ping advantage, that could be a big deal, right? That could be just the ticket to losing this entire series right here. Also, how would this work? I mean, if we just keep going with ping by ping by ping, we started on Central, so that would mean CLEM should have the advantage there overall, if we're going to judge it solely based on that, right? But yeah, that basically means that it's up to Dream to not only try to keep himself from losing on his own server ping, but he's also the person in charge of having to take a map of CLEM on one of these central server-based matches. It's gonna be a rough one. This could be one of them though, right? This could be his moments. he manages to do it right here, right now, then sign me up for a dream victory along the ride of the rest of this best of 9. Alright. Anyway, we have a blue Terran here in the bottom right side. He is the gelatinous jerrycan gamer man himself, Mr. Dream. It's not even a G. Jerrycan. Top left side. It's a red Terran player fighting for Team Liquid, Mr. CLEM. You know what? Does actually contain liquid. It would be a jerrycan, so maybe that will drag Dream over the line here, being able to take this game. Although he is going to be the player getting himself into a little bit of a proxy situation. The double racks opening for CLEM, still adding in the double refinery also. Dream here also having the double gas. Will be able to set up shop with a quick factory. Get himself a Hellion. Or something of the likes. How many initial G words do I still have left? I mean, we'll see, we'll see. I'm starting to have to dig deep here now, though, to be fair. There must be a lot more. Right, we haven't done Golden yet. We haven't done gambling. We haven't done crochet. No, that's not a G. That's not a G. We'll see. We'll figure it out. Oopsie-daisy, little scout here for Dream does find the second barracks. CLEM being exposed. We do have the reacted barracks here for Dream. Not quite ready yet with the Reapers. Could be a problem area. But, you know what? CLEM taking his time, busting through the first initial SCV. Jumping up on the high ground. Actually has high ground advantage now over his opponents. Luckily, Dream has supply depot advantage over his opponent, though. Damage for CLEM spread out over 2 Reapers. This could be a big deal as well. If Dream now manages to just target fire the low HP Reaper, he'll be able to get a kill much quicker. Does manage to do so with a Hellion there as well. Takes out 2 Reapers for the price of none. Very, very well done there by Dream. Great micro there. As CLEM, he's going to have to find another way to win this game now. Oh, careful. It does seem to be the case where the player that has the ping advantage will be the player to do the proxy racks. Trying to get the Reaper micro to go into his favor. Groceries, there you go. Grapefruit. Giant. Well, it's kind of ginormous as well. Gargantuan. Ginormous. Giant. Why do all those words start with G, right? Well, it's all the same meaning, though. It's kind of weird that they all sound so... Well, maybe it's not the way that they sound so like Grandpa. The Grandpa and Grandmas of gaming. Oh, imagine. I mean, to be fair, that would be a really cool team name for a StarCraft 2 team, because it's the oldest esports out there, right? So, you know what? I would actually really dig that team name, honestly. The Grandpas and Grandmas of gaming. That's pretty cool. Came up with an accidental good one there, Cynical. Although maybe not everyone in the community wants to be, you know, wants to be called a grandpa or a grandma. Alright, well, things calming down a little bit again here as the siege tanks arrive at the party. Kind of means that the party is quieted down a little bit for those Reapers and Hellions. Not allowed to move freely anymore. They'll just have to contain their party into a small section of these bushed areas here where the policing siege tanks won't see them. That would be cool, yeah. 10 years later, we gotta... I mean, if you do that, that'd be pretty badass. More ravens being built here for Dreamers. CLEM once again. CLEM once again. I'm not sure if he wants to go in here. That is, yep, that is a no-can-go area. Okay, well, he does have that. Wow, okay, I didn't know that was actually reachable. We'll be able to shoot 2 mineral patches, in fact. Very nice. That's a doozy. That's a tough one to work with now. Huh. Yeah, it's just going to need to interference matrix the siege tank and then get rid of this area. I mean, there's no anti-air here whatsoever, so nothing stopping those ravens. They're coming in from behind, trying to not get spotted, so the siege tank won't be able to get under siege, but does manage to get it, picks it up, no problem. Siege tank ready to go again. Ooh, one marine still falls. Thought they were going to get picked up there. Marine probably thought he was going to get picked up there. Must have been a real heartbreaker for him. This, usually not the type of setup you want for your SCVs. Enemy Hellions and Reapers tend not to take good care of your SCVs overall. We do have a big attack though on the other side as well. 3 siege tanks for CLEM, but one of them interfered with. SCVs as well on this side coming off, trying to defend the area. Will get the siege tanks actually and gets this one as well. At least he gets right on top of it, so... Well, hold there by CLEM. The area in Dream's bases seems to be well protected also. He already has that 3rd base set up shop. Jeez Louise, CLEM, I thought you were in an enormous tied up situation now because of this, but honestly, seeing that, well, the army supply is still in his favor, right? He's getting more SCVs. But with that 3rd base for Dream here, time is ticking. CLEM doesn't have much more area to work with here. Needs to find a good way to get himself either a 3rd base as well, or deny this 3rd base from mining for a while. Would be the best. CLEM realizes we'll start heading out. Army supply still 10 higher than that of his opponents. 41 versus 31 was it? Well, yeah, okay, there we go. Back to 10 again. Good thing I didn't correct myself, but... Alright. Looks like Dream already having a really good start up here to defend that 3rd base, I would say. Being able to meet CLEM like that in the middle, already getting some initial volleys there, as CLEM wasn't expecting Dream to be set up that far towards him. Taking a bit of the initial brunt. CLEM will have to consider going elsewhere now, perhaps just entirely, right? Could attempt the natural base still. There is only a single siege tank there, a couple of marines spotting for it though. Yeah, Dream realizes this is potentially, of course, a quick way to lose the marine over here. Let's see if it does spot the Medivacs. We'll spot the Medivacs right there. Did Dream pay attention to it? We're not seeing a lot of reaction so far. No reaction whatsoever. It looks like he managed to miss it, and there come the Medivacs right now, straight into the natural mineral line. That is 4 siege tanks. That is 4 siege tanks that you now have to deal with. You are forced to just accept your fate, or just send most of your army into this meat grinder right here. Either that, or, well, you could try to send the orbital elsewhere and just start mining from there, but probably not the best way to be efficient here. Although maybe it would have been more efficient than just sitting here, right? Does not look like CLEM is going to give up this position anytime soon. He's quite happy with himself here, I would say. Needs to scan, doesn't have... Okay, there we go. Just barely has a bit of vision. Nice interference matrix. And that should be it here for CLEM's position, yeah. Well done by Dream. Does clean it up. More stuff coming through, though. CLEM still with the army supply lead, even though he's 18 SCVs behind. guess that is because he's spending less money on economy gain as well, but still. This is important for him to make something happen here, guys. Right now, he has a really good surround with his Marines, finds the siege tanks, and a lot of Vikings also. Dream taps out of there. CLEM makes it work still with quite the bad economy behind it. Finds himself the victory. That's a very important one for him to get, as it keeps the equilibrium going, and will allow CLEM to eventually, in game number 9, take the victory there if all goes according to script. Or to server regions. Alright. I think it might be time to just go through the dictionary as well, maybe. Accept the cookies, sure. Can I not just go to the letter G? Oh, there's a lobby. Hold up. Alright, we're in. I'm not sure if I can. She just typed the word G. Alright. Nope. 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 Alright. Alright, we got something. Guys, by the way, good thing about Sushi, he is yelling it out as well. There is a Matcherino page going around. If you want to help out with the these two players, if you want to give them a bit of extra pocket change, that's the place to do so. Doesn't cost you anything either, just a couple of seconds. Fill in the coupon code in the contribute button area, and that will just add 50 cents to the prize pool overall quite nicely. So, yeah, go check it out. Help us out. Would be very much appreciated. Once you're over there, there's also the replay pack that you could buy, potentially. There is the caster tip jar, some merchandise, you know, all sorts of goodies. All sorts of great goodies. I haven't worn my own LFX merchandise, actually, for a while. Maybe I'll need to look to just grab that again. It's not far away. I used to sometimes just hang it up behind me as well. But, I mean, to be fair, we already have quite a lot of Alpha X representation here. Right? On the channel. Alpha X. Alpha X. Logo. Alpha X. Alpha X. All this... Yeah, that's fine. We're also on the Alpha X channel. Anyway. To be fair. Bam! It is a really badass logo, to be fair. It looks really good. There was a poll going around, and apparently a lot of people did like the Alpha X logo the best out of a lot of the StarCraft 2 teams right now, so that's pretty cool on its own. Big props to, of course, Sun Lily, always doing all the great graphics for this team. All right, so yeah, let me get this score set up so you guys know what is going on here, of course. We will start off with this man right here in the bottom right side. It's his turn to lose now. It's the blue Terran player from Team Liquid, Mr. CLEM. In the top left side, the Generals of Gaming, the gram weighing, grids of gaming as his dream. Alright, no, that was probably not one of my better ones. Generals. I think the Generals is pretty good. Oh well. You try. And sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. The great wild geese of gaming. Dream. Oh, alright. So, what are we doing here? Two refineries for both these players. Another factory coming up as well. Great Wild Geese Gaming. That is so dumb. Great Wild Geese. Oh, I'm sorry, alright. I find that more funny than I should, I feel like. Oh well. Oh well. Yeah, neither of these players really going across the map so far, going for their own command centers here and just having a good time, so it seems. Yeah, alright. Building up their eco. Will we have Dream going for the quicker third base again? No, it's always the best to go for the quicker thirds and fourth if it's a game where both players are kind of being passive towards one another. Although, that being said, we do see both of them running across the map right now. Couple more Reapers for CLEM, but we do have a Hellion available extra for Dream. Okay. And it's absolute pandemonium. Everything is going ham. Things are blowing up. Things are getting destroyed. As happens in any good TVT. So we know it's going according to plan for both these players. But at the same time, it does seem a bit more hectic than usual here right now. Quite a couple of SCVs going down here for Dream. This would be quite a painful loss here. Losing on his surfer advantage. His own offensive is not going to get anything done anymore. GG is called. And there you have it. CLEM getting himself another victory right there. Second victory in a row is quite the big deal right now. Breaking the overall current and getting himself quite the advantage right now. That was a fast game. That was a fast game. And the weird part was that they both kind of did the exact same thing, but CLEM just did it better with a ping disadvantage. He also had a bit of a different unit setup. He had more Reapers, which I thought was pretty cool because the... Wait, did he have more Reapers? I thought he had more... No, he had more Hellions, didn't he? He did. Maybe he just got better shots off with the Hellions near the ramp area. Maybe that is just what happened there, right? That could be the case. Who knows? Who knows? That is TVT on the submarine. That is right. That is right. Well said, Maurice Moss. TVT on submarine in a nutshell. That is what we had right there. Next map will be Romanticide. Romanticide, a little bit more of a macro map, I would say. Not as bad as a map like the wild wastelands of submarine, where everybody is just looking to rush their opponents. The silly thing is as well that like they both just run at the exact same time and then through opposite lanes of one another, you know? That is just like, alright, well, cue the Benny Hill music and here we are. It's what StarCraft 2 is sometimes, guys. That is just, you know, the beauty of StarCraft 2. I was talking about with another friend of mine about this yesterday, right? That we weren't talking about StarCraft 2, but it kind of related to StarCraft 2 in general because it was about RTS games. And it was about the Total War genre. I don't know if you guys play that, but a lot of people, right, me including as well, when I started out, the controls feel very clunky, right? It doesn't quite feel like units are doing what they're supposed to do. And it's only later when you figure out, like, oh, all right, so there's dead areas around certain obstacles, though you can't stand there quite as easily, so you need to figure out kind of what those dead areas are with right-clicking. Well, anyway, all the stuff going on. StarCraft 2's having a bit of a similar thing, right? It's very clunky at the start, but then you just keep going, and because, you know, within that clunkiness, within all that randomness and all that weird stuff that can continue to go on, even at the highest of high levels, it just keeps providing that depth. because of this, right? It just keeps providing the reason why you keep coming back to a game like this, because it does offer such an amplitude of just outcomes. And well, anyway, I'm fairly certain everybody in here already kind of thought about those types of things as well. It's nice to kind of re-emphasize now and again. Anyway, what's not nice to re-emphasize here is for this man in the bottom right side. He is, well, not quite satisfied with how this is going. I would assume it's a 2-point deficit right now. Needs to win 2 games in a row to tie it back up again, but he has a plan. The oh so groovy Gandalf, the groovy Gandalf gaming dream. Red Terran in the top left side from Team Liquid, Mr. CLEM. Groovy Gandalf gaming. Genetically gifted gamer. Genius. That would be a good one too. The Groovy Genius Gaming. Groovy Genius Gaming Gamer. He's generating a lot of gaming right now. Well, Brooksy 2 Rex here, not going to get scouted so far. There is a factory on the way, so maybe CLEM has a bit of a chance here, but needs to still figure this out and get himself a bunker, most likely. Otherwise, this is very, very much likely to be the snowball point already, especially if he doesn't get that factory finished up. That is the worst case scenario right now. He does have a single Reaper of his own across the map here, but okay, does finish up the factory also. Hellion a little bit delayed, but is still in the production. That's the big deal here. The Reapers need to stay on top of the units of CLEM, needs to keep taking out units right now. Continue the fighting. SCVs here for Dream, also chasing the single Reaper across the map. The Hellion is about to come out, should be able to... Ooh, actually missing the waypoint there slightly, not getting on top of that Hellion. Still gonna get it killed off. Now the Reaper's trying to rotate around, get on top of the attacking units of CLEM. Do manage to do so. And blam! There you go. Dream brings back another game here with the Proxy 2 Rex quite quickly, quite niffly and swiftly. Putting us into game 6. We are just zooming, cruising through this entire thing right now. I thought TVT should be long. I think Dream and CLEM are disagreeing with that statement right now. Oh, I see. I see what happens. Hey, just came now. Is this only played on Korean server? Oh, no. I think Maurice already said it. It's, yeah, swapping between Central and West. That's right. We are swapping. Apparently, the 2 games that CLEM won in a row, though, were 2 games hosted on Central accidentally. So we're doing 2 games hosted on West now. So, who knows? Who knows? Maybe the curse wasn't broken. Maybe CLEM still cursed, as well as Mr. Dream. We'll see. We'll see. If Dream does win this one as well, we are actually just letting whoever plays with the server advantage win or something like that. It's getting pretty close to it anyway. It's already game number 6. 5 games already done in less than an hour. It's nuts. Nuts. Alright, game number 6. Member number 6. Right. Little stretch to get the blood flowing through the, well, I suppose the arms and legs. Not really the parts where I need it right now. Just need it all top, guys. Don't make anything weird out of that. In the top right side, there's a red Terran player fighting for Team Liquid. He is Mr. CLEM, the Frenchman extraordinaire wunderkin. Bottom left side. Here he is, the geniusly generated, globally general elite of gaming. The guillotine giraffes dream. The guillotine giraffes. Oh yeah. Oh, now we're getting somewhere. Imagine the effort to guillotine a giraffe. Oh my. Seems like a weird subject. Alright, so what are these boys up to right here? The guillotine. I'm just trying to imagine what the team mascot would look like, or just the logo for that sake. Oh god. Alright. But in all honesty, guys, the good gaming team, I mean, they are being really cool about all of this as well. They've helped us get this this match hosted in the first place, right? They're helping us out with a lot of events, so mad props to them. Very much appreciate all they're doing, and picking up all these great players as well, right? So hats off to them. Hats off to them. The guillotine giraffes of gaming. Alright. Smoke poke damage once again. Giganotha. I would hope on Giganotha we're going to get ourselves a bit less of a extremely aggressive game here. That does seem to be the case so far, although to be fair, I mean, we've had this situation before, and suddenly both players running through everything and just starting to kill everything. The score, right, yeah, that is a good point. That is a good point. Let me actually do it like this, and then that. There we go. Getting myself distracted with G words. Oh, that's nice. Cyclone will be out soon, so that will really put an end to CLEM's harassment here overall. Though he's bringing in a medevac right now. Maybe I spoke too soon. Oh, this is a really good drag. If he gets these Marines and the Hellions as far removed from the natural and the main base as possible, that is what he wants to have happen right now. The Cyclone as well, of course. That is another good thing to have just away from that general area. Actually having Dream give chase quite a bit now. And there come those lovely Marines, ready to wage war onto the blue SCVs. A Hellion and 2 Marines are coming back in, trying to save the, whatever, well, is left there. All the Marines kind of just standing there wondering what they have to do since all the SCVs ran away. There they go, that's back. They are back now, but does seem to be enough to really do all that much. Wait, did he already get 5 SCVs? That's pretty nutty. Yeah, look at that. He got 5 SCVs already. Pretty cool. But yeah, it's a Howard 4. Look at that. Fantastic. Getting the Cyclones traded out as well here. Coming back around. CLEM making an absolute mess out of everything here for Dream. He's losing another 5 SCVs. 6, 7. Make it 8. Let's wait and see if that actually does become... It should be. It may even become 12. Who knows? At this point in time, we just don't know anymore what CLEM can actually manage to get done and what he cannot get done in this game of StarCraft 2, because it is getting quite out of hand. And he needs to learn how to behave himself to make these sort of pro gamers not feel like absolute scrubs of the highest caliber. Oh my. CLEM. Oh, CLEM. Oh, CLEM. Oh, CLEM. Dream, just stop. Stop. Please stop. That was great. Oh, just stop. Stop. Please make it end. Oh, that is fantastic. It felt like that as well. It's like, oh, he just keeps going. It's like, it's an endless machine of harassment. Oh, wow. Fantastic. CLEM. Whew. Looks like he warms up, eh? Something happened there. Jeez. Jeez Louise. I'm already trying to think here. I don't know. I think I'm done. I think I made it. The guillotine giraffes, I think. It's hard to pass that by. We still have at least one match to go, so try to make it something good. Something worthwhile. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. CLEM not joining the lobby just quite yet. May requested just a quick second for a bathroom break or something like that. Could be the case. Who knows? Who knows? But yeah, means that we have a short moment. Oh, there he is. With these TVTs right now, I don't really want to put you guys on a break screen and grab some water, because if we do actually miss a couple of the first seconds of the game, that could very well just be 50% of the entire game. With how quickly these games are ending here. Man, just... the torturous, absolute beating CLEM just gave Dream. I mean, I thought CLEM would have a slight advantage, but I never really expected a game between these two to look like that. I really did not expect a game to look like that. Well, regardless, here we go, guys, into game number 7. On the top left side, we have ourselves a blue Terran player fighting for Team Liquid, and, well, once again, finding himself on the match point of this series here. It's quite tough cookie to crack, the Frenchman. CLEM. And in the bottom right side of the map, we have the glorious Grandmas and Grandpas, guillotine giraffes, the groovy Gandalfs, the gravels, the gravel, what would be gravelled? That also starts with a G. The gravelled gravelers. Dream. Apparently, Gengar, the Actually already anticipating this to happen. Yeah, that is the GGG Gengar, of course. Alright, so we have got ourselves a wall here for CLEM. Does not want his opponent to see what he is up to. And I can't blame him because, you know what, it is quite disgusting. Proxy Barracks here with a Tac Lab, looking to make some Concussive Shell happen. And Concussive Shell, they are, well, they can be quite lethal in these early game situations, especially if your opponent is going for a quick command center build. Dream kind of risking it here with the economy game instead of a aggressive play. I thought maybe we're going to see more harassments coming out of him, but instead it looks like he's opting to try and go the other route right now, as even the harassments, it just seems that CLEM had a little bit of the upper hand there. So here we go. Let's see how these two Marauders will manage. Getting on top of that command center before it's done, immediately realizing Dream here, well, that is not a fight I can take. It needs SCVs to prevent high ground vision here for those Marauders. It's going to start giving chase as the bunker, of course, needs to get taken out. Does get cancelled. CLEM here, nice control on top of the Reaper. Let's see if he will be able to get some more done. Actually, running away back to the Hellion is coming in now as support. That's going to help out quite massively against those SCVs. Of course, the SCV's actually doing alright against it as well. One Marauder and a Hellion incredibly low on the HP. Ooh, doesn't get the Widowmine set off. There's still a Marine there as well, so he can't just send in the low HP Marauder either to set it off. Quite the predicament. Predicted predicaments. Predicaments. Is it predicament? Anyway. Losing track again. Alright, sets off one of the Widowmines. This one, also nice little dodge there. Two Marauders on remaining, still taking quite a bit of a beating here is Dream. He will have himself another Marine and a Hellion available. Luckily, well, there's no further Marauder aggression coming in here. It's not going to get any worse. Although I say that, now there's a barracks landing and starting Marine production here for CLEM. They may have just gotten a bit worse. Alright, the Hellion here arriving to barbecue the SCVs. The SCVs getting a pretty good surround overall, but we have a medevac as well. Should be able to just pick up and skedaddle skadoodle. Run like the French noodle. And get back in there again. Look at that. Oh, nice pickups on the low HP SCVs. Dream putting up some micro of his own. Oh boy, CLEM. He's just playing with him now, isn't he? He's playing with his food. That is what's going on. Oh god, and Dream is just barely holding on. He's gonna finally have this cleaned up, and then suddenly there's like, yeah, the Banshee coming in, more Cyclones coming in. And CLEM is doing all of this as he's microing this just consistently, right? This is insanity. This kid needs to take a break from video games because, well, clearly he's not doing anything else anymore. I would be surprised if he still even has dinner. I mean, how is he able to get this good? Mamma mia. Well, there's the cloak. We do have scans available, so the Banshee won't be able to get too much done, unless if it just skedaddle skadoodle run like a noodle again. When he gets out of there. Wait a moment, guys. Are we seeing this? We're seeing this. Third base for CLEM. He has a third base on the way. I've not managed to take the camera off of the base of Dream because there's just continuous harassment going on. And behind this, look at the base of CLEM, right? Well, okay. I thought those would already be completed as well, but that is couple more things still in production as I anticipate. But anyway, third base, he's got the bench, he's got the tech labs on the factory, everything going smoothly. Quite nicely for CLEM. And this is where the trouble really comes in for Dream. I mean, taking the damage part is also still quite rough, but... yeah, he did go for Banshee speed, didn't he? I mean, yeah, he's just going full... full harassment against Dream. It's not really working. No, he didn't have speed available, right? So, who knows? Imagine CLEM losing this one now. I mean, it's not impossible, right? Especially with CLEM doing things like Banshee speed. Doesn't lose those two Cyclones, but... oh! He's gonna maybe lose the Banshee here. Wait, he cancelled Banshee speed. All this time researching and he cancels it. He's like, oh shoot, my Banshee's got caught. Well, never mind. Wow. Alright, well that was a big waste of money then. And just overall time on that starport. He has nothing in air units now. A single medevac. That's it. That's all he's got. This could be the moment for Dream here. This could be the best moment for Dream overall in this entire series right now. If he manages to do something right here with his air advantage, those two Ravens can be quite crucial, but he just doesn't have the Marine count to really push in anywhere. Yeah, look at this. He's got, yeah, alright, nice interference matrix. You win siege and move forwards. The Marines stim into you and you lose. That's rough. That is rough. Okay, CLEM still being very defensive here. Does he not have stim? He does have stim, alright. Oh. Wow, that was bad. Well, CLEM cleans it up. I mean, it wasn't unexpected, right? Shoot. Shoot. Well, shoot. Anyway, CLEM cleans it up. I'm sorry, guys. The big battle comes up. SCV saw Dream here. Again, still not that many Marines on his army number. How many does he have? 7 versus 31. That really being the definitive reason why he's just not being able to get any momentum here. He has the siege tanks to siege up defensively, but he just doesn't have the Marine numbers to push offensively forward. Now, if you just have enough siege tank numbers, of course you don't have to. But that's not the case either here for Dream. Dream just has barely enough siege tanks to hold a defensive line, and even that is quite the scrappy one. May decide to start tapping out right here, right now. I'm not entirely certain just quite yet, but I mean, this is just not looking good. CLEM in a back base as well. The drop comes on through. Units absolutely everywhere. More SCVs going down. The SCVs are being pulled against the Marines, but just bullying of the highest extremes going on around here. Upgrade-wise, we have CLEM also at the forefront. Worker counts, CLEM at the forefront slightly, but army supply CLEM at the forefront also. And normally well, in some other games so far, we've had CLEM at a kind of similar army advantage and then 20 worker deficit, still being able to take the victory. Now, oh, and then Dream would have the upgrade advantage as well, usually. This time around, we have CLEM, upgrade advantage, worker count advantage, and still maintaining that similar enormous amount of extra army supply that he's boasting. So, this might be a rough one here for Dream to win, is what I'm trying to put down. Here we go, CLEM once again. More on the forefront, sets up on those siege tanks, takes out a good amount, and I mean with 6 siege tanks back in the lines here still as well, backing you up. It's not that much that Dream can do. There's some harassment, but his own drop got shot down. There it is, GG is called, and we got ourselves a victor here for Mr. CLEM. Takes the series 5-2. Well played indeed. GG. GG.